Court frees Eze Nwajago over terrorism charges, jails him for parading self as chief in Lagos State. Announced to the News Info. It was a mixture of victory and defeat for the incarcerated Eze Ndigbo of Ajao Estate, Eze Fred Nwajago, over the charges of terrorism and parading self as class chief in Lagos State. PM Express reports that the Lagos State High Court sitting on Lagos Island has discharged Eze Nwajago from terrorism charges because the prosecution was unable to prove the charges against him. However, he was found guilty of parading self as class chief in Lagos State and consequently sentenced to 1 year. Why now? What do you mean by he's parading himself as class chief? What if he's a chief? What if he's a chief from a state and he lives in Lagos State? Won't he still parade himself as a chief? I don't understand why you are sentencing him to prison for that. 1 year without an option of fine. Are you serious? What is wrong with parading yourself as a chief? What if he's a chief from his village? What if he has a chieftaincy title and then he came back to Lagos State where he lives and still people are calling him chief? What is wrong with that? I don't understand. So he will now go to jail for 1 year without an option of fine. Are people serious? But he was discharged by the court because he had stayed for over 2 years for the alleged offense while the trial lasted. Can you imagine? How much this country? Why now? He has stayed over 2 years for terrorism charges that you did not have evidence to prove that he actually did it. This country, we are in a lawless country, I'm telling you. The presiding judge, Justice JA1L, discharged Nwajago after the Lagos State government, through the DPP, abysmally failed to prove any of the ingredients of the offense of terrorism charges against him. You charged him for terrorism, but there was no evidence. You did not prove it. Meanwhile, he has spent 2 years. Then you are now charging him for parading himself as chief. And you say you will send him to 1 year. That is to say that, so that he will not file for compensation, Abi. Because truly, are people not supposed to compensate him for sending him to prison for what he did not do? Spending 2 years there. And then you are sentencing him for parading himself as a chief. I don't understand. This country, I really do not understand. Consequently, Justice Adesanya discharged and acquitted him of all counts of the terrorism-related offences. However, he was convicted and sentenced to 12 months imprisonment for the offence of parading himself as a certified chief in Lagos State, contrary to the Oba and Chief Law of Lagos State. Eze Fred Nwajago, Eze Ndigbo, Ajao Estate, Lagos State, was thrown into detention by Lagos State government for terrorism and other offences for allegedly making a video warning Oluomo and other Yoruba youths to cease persecution of Ndigbo and burning of Igbo-dominated markets in Lagos State, or else he would be compelled to invite IPOB to secure Igbo markets and assets in Lagos State. Oh wow, he made a video, okay. He was arrested and charged before the court and he pleaded not guilty. Hence, the trial commenced and ended on the 15th of January 2025 after the judgment. One of the defense counsels to Eze Nwajago, Barrister Fabian Onwugalu, described the judgment as painful but was a victory for Ndigbo all over the world, especially in Lagos State, who are being persecuted and dehumanized just because of their tribal leaning. We shall strive to set aside the conviction on parading himself as a chief in Lagos State on appeal, as the prosecution did not prove the offence to warrant the conviction. Moreover, the Eze Ndigbo institution is not recognized by the law of Lagos State, and so he has nothing to do with the Oba and Chief laws. Also, the conviction offends the fundamental right of freedom of association of Ndigbo in Lagos State. True. Because how can you say that he's parading himself as a chief and because of that you will sentence him to 1 year? So if he had not spent that 2 years now, he will go to jail because of that. Since they occur for this country, I'm happy to be among the counsels in the defense team, but who diligently offer their services pro bono, he stated. It is well. Mwala Roland says, "Na Igbo man staying in Lagos good for him. He can't answer Akuro Ulo, but he stayed there for over 1 year. So what will happen? Nothing will happen, no. Adekbeteva says this was purely political and tribal fight. I've been following the case. It is definitely political because how? How can you sentence him for parading himself as a chief? Or because this country, a tired person. Because I don't see anything wrong with him calling himself a chief. It is well. More Afam says, I wish some people should learn that all is not well in this one Nigeria. Yes, so everything about it is likely scam and both side regions enjoy the topic. Simple because it's an Igbo, gang up individual godless. The only country in the world that rule their law, NG lack equality. Rather legalized tribal hate. Discord the only reason why they are still holding Mazikano at the deepest heart of their lawless cell. That's all you can achieve. The only way for this country to achieve a nation is tolerance. Forget about selfishness. What they did to the man is purely political because no, how would you arrest him because of that? Because of that, it is well low. That is why these people will say that you people hate them, you don't like them, and they want to go, yet you don't want them to go. It is well. It is well. Cost Comedy says he has concluded the assignment APC gave him. Make una think say una dey follow us now una self una dey fall. Meaning what? Meaning what? To come out straight very well, abeg. Don't be going through the corners. JA1L says Igbo should sue Lagos State government for illegal detention for this innocent man. I'm telling you, he really should sue. He really should sue for spending 2 years for something that you do not have proof for. He spent 2 years there. Can you imagine? Elon Peter says you allow hate to becloud your sense of reasoning. Was he arrested because he was having problem with the Igbos? No. It's all about the conspiracy between the Fulanis and Yorubas against the people in this part of the world. Black man is actually made up of wickedness. Yes, so. Emeka Eze says, does it mean that you jettison your culture if you are outside your geopolitical zone? I wonder. So if a group calls their leader president, then they'll be charged for secession. I don't understand. Asaro to me will say, Nigeria has happened to Igbo race once again. No be small thing. Because he's being called the chief, you are now arresting him because of that. Now wow. Now wow. Kechukwu says the others like Ononuga, Oluomo who threatened Igbo were never detained or questioned. This is injustice against Ndigbo. This is why these people are always complaining that people don't like them. Because why would you do that to the man in the first place? Spending 2 years. You should sue them. If he has the money, he should really sue them. Because it is wrong. Prince Joe says this is a pure suffocation. I agree, it is pure suffocation. What is it? My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.